Adam. Great to see you back in the Ingle Gym. How happy are you to be back?
I'm really happy, it's nice to be back training and doing what I love doing, and that's boxing and training. I've had a bit of a long layoff for one reason or another, mainly injury. But like you say, I'm really looking forward to getting back in and finishing off, where I were this time last year.
This year, it's been probably a year of mixed emotions. You did come back, you knocked the guy out, scheduled fight this month that you had to pull out through injury, but just how glad are you to be over that and back?
Yeah, it's brilliant. You don't realise how much you miss it until you get forced to rest. I've had no choice. I've had to rest due to injury. I've had an operation, and I'm just grateful and glad to be back in, and like I said, doing what I enjoy, and that's training. And I'm hoping in next few months, just after Christmas, I can get another good win against a decent opponent and finish off where I left off before I did get beat. I've learnt an awful lot from that fight. You can blame this, you can blame that, you can make excuses, but ultimately, it was my fault. I got caught with a good shot against a decent opponent, but 9 times out of 10 I would beat that kid, but it just happened to be on that one night. Better man won. After fighting me, he fought for a world title, so it shows what level I'm at and what he's at, because I did think until I got caught I was winning that fight, but it's pointless dwelling on the past. Got to kick on and move forward, and I reckon this time next year, who knows, I might be fighting for a world title. First, I've got to go back to the drawing board, get a few wins, show a few improvements, and not be making the same mistakes as what lost me that fight.
Seeing the level put your opponent immediately fight for a world title, knowing the adjustments that you've got to make, does that give you more hunger now that you're back in the gym?
Yeah, I've always, to be honest, I've always been hungry. I want the success more than anything, but I just assumed I was going to beat that guy. I knew I'd obviously got the better record on paper. I was knocking everybody out. I just assumed all I had to do would turn up and get in. I mean, I'm not saying I cut corners and didn't train properly, because I did, but it was just an assumption that I'd already beat him before I got in, and that's a big mistake, and one thing that I've learned, and I won't be making that same mistake again, put it that way.
Does that make you a more dangerous fighter moving forward then?
Yeah, and I think it's good, because domestically, where a lot of kids would avoid me and think, oh, we don't want to box him, he can bang him, he's unbeaten, it's a risky fight. Whereas now, having got stopped myself, even though, things weren't right with a good punch, blah, 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 people look and think I'm vulnerable and I'm easy to beat, so hopefully it'll open a few doors that way. It could make a few of these guys, certainly domestically, step up to the plate and want to get in and fight, because that's what I want to do. I want to be involved in big fights, big nights, and like I say, win, lose or draw, I can always come again. And I know, even from that fight, that weren't the 100% Adam, but even still, we're a decent opponent, apart from getting beat, decent performance until then. So I've just got to go back to the drawing board, really, make these little adjustments, only small ones, improve and get back where I left off.
Do you know what you're going to work on? Have you got sort of a game plan, or are you just coming in, getting your fitness up and then straight back to the drawing board?
Get me fitness right, because like I say, I've had 4 or 5 month layoff, so boxing's like, it's almost like I've retired and come back. It's been that long, so I'm just getting my fitness back up. Not be long, I'll be fit in no time, and then we'll see where we go from there. But Dom's a good trainer. He knows what I'm good at. He knows me as a person, so I think this time next year, or even maybe sooner, I reckon I'll be back where I left off. Chief support for Kell Brook's show, or maybe top at Bill at Ponds Forge again, or on some other big undercards. So it's definitely going to be an exciting year for me.
Obviously, it has been a year of up and downs for you. You suffered a heartbreak in your personal life as well.
Yeah, it has. It's been, to be honest with you, it's been a terrible year. There hasn't been any good that's come of this year for me. I lost my unbeaten record, lost my granddad, I had an operation, had to pull out on fights. It's been a bit of a, like you say, a dire year, but that can't last. Next year, there's no way next year can be as bad as this year, and if I keep working hard, there's no reason why I can't get to where I want to be.
And looking at 2016, have you got some opponents in mind that you'd love to get in there with?
To be honest, I'm not one for calling people out. All everyone needs to know is the people that come and watch me, and I think they do. They know I'll get in and I'll have a fight. I'm not bothered about whether someone's dangerous or whatever. I'll just get in and fight. I just do as I'm told. So my ultimate goal, it hasn't changed. My ultimate goal is to become a world champion.
So more of an open invitation for any opponent.
If anyone who wants to fight, providing the offer's decent, it's right financially, and me and my manager are happy with it, with what comes forward. Like I said, I'll take any fight, any fight at all.
And looking back at the boxing, how good does it feel to be hitting the leather again?
I've missed it. Like, it's been a long time. I didn't realise I was in a dark place. It sounds bad and daft, but I haven't been able to do anything for 5 or 6 months due to my injury. I've had to rest, so obviously I couldn't train. I've had no money coming in. I haven't been able to fight. Missing the buzzer, getting in and sparring. Missing the buzzer, a fight. But next year, like I say, I'm going to be back and make some waves again.
Everything on the up.
That's it, everyone on the up. And like I say, I'd just like to thank all my fans for sticking by me, my sponsors that have stuck by me during this hard time. They haven't had much exposure because I haven't had fights, but to be fair, all of them, they've all stuck by me, and that, I really appreciate that. And next year, I want to make everybody proud.